Hi, Judy from Witchpeace Craft. Welcome to today's video, my last one for 2022. Yes, this will be the last one for 2022. Haven't done many videos recently. I tried to do a bit of Vlogmas, but that didn't work. Maybe some videos and pictures at the end of my attempt at Vlogmas. I don't know how people do it. I watch so many of them. They make it look easy. I also saw, being New Year's Eve, the opportunity to wear my Christmas shirt for the last time, this year's Christmas shirt, a rebel without a clause. This was quite popular with my friends. They all liked this one. They thought it was funny. So today's video, a bit of a wind up on 2022. I got some happy mail that arrived yesterday, just after Christmas, when the post office opened again. A few finished objects. Yes, I finished my Advent project and other stuff. So let's get started. I have a few notes because I know I will forget something. I'll just put my clicker there. This, believe it or not, had a bit of a cleanup, and this is a bag of yarn I bought when I was on holidays in Victoria that I never shared with you in the last third part of my trip. So in the new year, keep an eye out for the third part of my trip to Victoria, and I'll share this yarn with you. I totally forgot about it. I just put it away. So first happy mail is a lovely card I received from Gary at Urban Yarn. Isn't that gorgeous? It is so nice to be remembered by fellow podcasters, especially this time, and Gary being a expat Australian living in Canada with his husband Chad. It was really nice, and yes, he remembered Saxon, so that's so cute. All the beanies and hats we make, folks. If you haven't checked out Gary's at Urban Yarns channel out, please do so. There'll be a link in the description below. He's a very talented craftsman, dyeing, knitting. He does beautiful knitting, everything, and he's such a lovely person. So there you go. Check out Gary from Urban Yarn, and I really appreciate the card. So I also, Reeves picked up for me a parcel from subscriber Colleen, who lives in Adelaide, in South Australia. She has sent me an end of year gift, which I'll open. Colleen, it is huge. Nothing. I didn't send you anywhere near this much. It is much appreciated and lovely. I've opened the top, but I'm going to share with you what's in it. So, first of all, there is Lion Brand Velvet Luxe yarn. Oh, there you go. This is a 4-weight yarn. I've never tried this in the colour lilac. And there are 225 meters in a ball. Beautiful yarn. That is the first one she sent me. I'll just put them over there. In this little Hessian bag, along with her lovely letter that I read before. I won't share with you the private information, but I need to reply, and I have enjoyed the letter, reading things and sharing information. So in here is, of course, my favorite color, and there is pure wool entwine, which I do like. It's 100% Australian wool 8-ply. It's a 4 Seasons pure wool, which is by Spotlight, made in China, and there are 168 meters in a ball. Just orange. There you go. There are 2 balls of that. Ta-da! Which is great because it's my colour. And also in here, and I've never tried this, Gazelle XL baby wool. 20% cashmere, 40% Lana Merino, and 40% acrylic. That is so soft. That is beautiful. Doesn't say meterage, but there you go. And does it have a colour name? No, just a number. But there you go. That was in the bag. along with this lovely mini skein in all these pinks and flecky colours. Really getting into the minis now since doing my yarn advent. So I'll just put those down there. I've got a box down here. There is a Knoll Coast 55% lamb's wool and cotton. I have got one of these in a different colour in my stash. I haven't tried it yet. It's very cottony feel to it. This is the colour Cocoa. Where's this made? Dunno. This is West Yorkshire. So I'm wondering if this is part of the West Yorkshire Spinners or Knoll Coast. Put that there. I also have Fiddlestick Superb 8 anti-pilling. I really like this yarn. This is 100% anti-pilling acrylic. It's lovely and soft. Made in Turkey, distributed for Tex Yarns, Australia, or no colour name, just a number. This is 8 is like a 3-weight, 8-ply, 250 meters in a ball. That's a great colour. She's obviously thought about putting all these colours together. Oh, there was 2 of the Knoll Coast. They're all a bit buried. There is so much in this box. I hope you've got a long time, guys. This one, Shretsky's Colour Crafter Velvet in the colour Gardener. I'm getting a bit of collection of these yarns. I may have to start thinking about a project for 2023. That's variegated brown coffee colours. That's lovely. That's so soft too, velvet. And last of the yarns is Ferris Wheel, Lime Brand Ferris Wheel. 247 meters in this ball, and it is called Pink Marmalade, the colour. And that's really soft too. I've never used Ferris Wheel, I don't think. I may have once. I can't remember. But that is, it says a 4-weight, but that is really quite thin. That's more like a 3-weight or 8-ply to me. So that's the yarn in the box. Now, she has sent me this case, which is for hooks and stitch markers and more little pouches. This would be great for traveling. I have another traveling pack, but it rolls and I have to unroll it. This would be awesome. So thank you for that, Colleen. I really like that one. I have a bag, Art Post. It's like a linen fabric tote bag. It'll make a great project bag with butterflies. Butterflies represent the Deaf Society here, and I know Colleen's a little deaf, so there's that one. I'll save that one till last. Of course, she sent me a knitted tea cozy pattern. Why not? That's quite fun looking with all those tassels on top. And that's a panda yarn pattern. Oh, wow. There's a crochet border book of designs. All different borders you can do. Oh, wow. And considering I've got 2 borders on the go that I have to do, this could come in very handy. The complete book of border, crochet border designs. Hundreds of classic and original patterns. Linda P. Schnapper. There you go. Wow. I'll just put that back in there. Now, there's a little tin. She sends the most amazing. T is for tropical. I really like this. Look at that. I grow pineapples. Oh, there's something in here. A little bag in the tin. This is a really great Christmas gift. This is awesome. So we have, I'm going to have to see little buttons and stitch markers. There's a tea. Queen Victoria tea, green tea. I might have to let Thing have that one because green tea tends to upset my stomach, but he does like it. I'll have to see. I'll have a taste. And if I think it's going to upset my stomach, he'll drink it and enjoy it. I need to see. There are some wooden buttons of owls and butterflies and rainbows. And on here is this little dog. Looks like a little poodle. And he stops shaking. Stitch marker. Isn't that cute? Haven't finished yet, folks. There's still more to come. And in here is a bag. I have to open this. Sorry about the crackling. Oh, wow. This is a beautiful tote bag. Look at that. J. Wonder why. J for Judy. Isn't that lovely? That is absolutely awesome. It's got a little zip pocket inside. It's like a really stiff linen tote bag. Oops, move that out of the way. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, Colleen, you spoil me. Very much so. And it's all very much appreciated. If you've sent me emails or letters or cards and I haven't replied yet, basically that's because with all the rain we've been having, sorry, I'm just putting it all back in the box so I don't mix it up and lose it. Internet's been very intermittent. I'm not even sure I'll get this uploaded on the 31st. I'm hoping so. It's not raining at the moment. It's bit overcast, so we may get rain later, but it is that time of year for us. So that was my happy mail. Where do I go from happy mail? Well, for Christmas gifts from my family, I thought I'd share them with you. I won't do that one yet. I'll do. So from Reeves, I received this beautiful knitting sheet project bag. And inside it is, where is it? A sheep stitch marker. He got this from Vintage Mildred, which is an Etsy shop. She's located in WA. I have another one of hers with blackface sheep this size. This is a really good little project size. He got me that and a jar of my favourite lollies. He goes to the British lolly shop and he fills up a lolly jar, except this time he bought me a new cup and filled the cup up with lollies, which is really nice. And that was from Reeves. As far as crafting goes, he went on my Ravelry wish list and picked 3 of my patterns. He does it a different way. He buys them and then downloads them. So the first one he got me was the baby cashmere cardigan, because I've always thought that'd be nice and I have yarn to make that. He then got me, because I thought this would be great, a Yoda tea cozy. I always thought that was cute to make because he knows I like to make tea cozies. And he also picked the Sugar Plum Advent Fairy Advent shawl. And this is probably because I whinged about my Advent shawl that I made. I'll show you in a minute, but that's that one. They were the 3 patterns he got me, along with a gift card to, I want to say the name right. It's a really strange gift card the way they do it, because it doesn't, Peyton's Lane, it doesn't, the address. I have to, because it is a really weird, it is a gift card to Black Wattle Alpaca Farm, where they do alpaca yarns. I actually bought at Skeins of Alpaca Yarns to do the Stephen West Mystery Cowl, and it's beautiful yarn, and I haven't used it because the Twists and Turns cowl, Mystery Cowl, wasn't for me, and the more I see them finished, I know it's not me. I don't particularly like it, so I may not do another Mystery Cowl, but that doesn't mean I won't make a Stephen West shawl. if I am feeling brave enough. Now, I have forgotten, I got one more gift in my Ravelry store from a pattern, and I didn't print it off because my printer at home is not working, but it was from a subscriber, an Australian subscriber, so thank you very much. It is a lovely pattern you picked off my wish list. It's the hummingbird crochet cardigan. Just pause a moment, I'll see if I can go and get it on my iPad. No, sorry, still no real internet, can't log into my iPad, but hopefully I'll put a picture at the end so you can check it out along with some other pictures and maybe a few Vlogmas videos that I tried to do with no success. We'll see. Anyway, I really thank the subscriber who sent me a pattern for Christmas. It is an awesome gift to receive, to be even thought of, so thank you so much. And I know she supports the channel a lot and gets involved in a lot of the make-alongs and is very, very complimentary to other subscribers. So they were the general Yarny Christmas gifts. However, the family did all put in together to buy me a brand new gazebo with side shower walls and water leg weights for the markets. They spent quite a lot of money. My current gazebo is oldish. It should have lasted longer, except I lent it to a community group and they didn't look after it. It's got holes in the roof, so if it rains I sometimes get drips. So they decided, my family, that I needed a brand new look and a brand new gazebo with some side walls. And rather than hammering pegs in to hold it down, because it can get quite windy at the beach, they bought these leg weights that you fill with water and you put around them. Absolutely awesome, because these things are not cheap, but that's what they decided they would get me. So they were these sort of crafty yarny things I got. I did get other things. I got another gift voucher to a store where I sometimes buy makeup and clothes from. They're a lot like a John Lewis. It's a similar sort of department store that I like to buy bags from when they have a sale. So yeah, I had a much more gifty Christmas than I was expecting. I didn't spend that much on other people. And Colleen, I really love my gift. You just go overboard and out of your way, and you really think about what I like. Thank you. And thank you to my subscriber and family. So Christmas-wise, I've lost my mojo. I did finish my Advent shawl. Now, first of all, I opened on Christmas Day my main skein, which is Anticipation, my Yarny Corners. And look at it, candy pinks and whites. Isn't that awesome? I didn't use it in my Advent shawl. I'll show you why, and why I'm a little disappointed in the actual pattern that I did. That I opened on Christmas Day. It is so soft, this yarn. I love it. So in here, in my black face sheet big bag, is the pattern I did for my Advent Winter Dawn shawl. Now, take a look at this pattern and tell me if that's not a fancy edge that you do. Can you see that edging on the back? See that edging? Is there an edging, or am I imagining it? Because I finished it, but I haven't sewn in the ends because there is no fancy edging. And I've had others look at the pattern. There it is, finished. I just made it to the pattern. The edging is I-cord bind off. I haven't blocked it, and there is no, like, that's it. It's just a plain edging. I don't know whether I'll sew in the ends. I've made it the ends fairly loose if I want to frog it and use the yarn for something else. The idea being it was to be like a springy cowl for me. When I finished it, I was really disappointed about the edging but as the days worn on, I'm not as disappointed. But I've had a professional knitter look at the pattern and said, there is no way you get that edging without adding extra. Now, this pattern designer no longer designs patterns or does yarny things. She has moved on. It was a paid for pattern. I do love the actual shawl pattern. It was testing my limits to be able to do it. And yes. So I guess my question to you is, do I block it and finish off the edging and accept what it is, the way it is, put all the ends in, or do I frog it? I do like it when I hold it up, because I was doing the 20 gram skeins and then I realized I was only supposed to do like 20 meters. I didn't read the pattern properly, so I finished it off with the purples and the greens and left it at that. I still have heaps of yarn left from my Advent shawl, and that's why Thing bought me the Sugar Plum Fairy shawl pattern, because he always felt when I was choosing that's the pattern I should have picked, and it was the pattern suggested by Alex from My Yarny Corner. So he said to me, if you do decide you want to go and make it, because I do have this thing over here full of leftover from the Advent and other mini skeins and a main skein, I could do the Sugar Plum Fairy shawl. Anyway, I did my Advent, my very first Advent. I love the yarn. I love the way My Yarny Corner organized it. Alex and Danny, the surprise colors you got. Oh, look, 5-star review from me. I think it's awesome. Next year in 2023, I would like to do like maybe a 12-day Advent. 24 days was a bit much for me. It's a busy time of year. There is a girl who's considering doing some Advents in 2023, a fellow podcaster. I won't mention her name just in case she changes her mind or something happens. And I did suggest a 12-day Advent, or if I did 24-day Advent, maybe 10 gram minis. I don't know. But I certainly like My Yarny Corner's yarn. I think they do a fabulous job. And to be honest, even though they're in the UK, even with postage, it cost me about the same as if I bought it from Western Australia or south of here. It's no different. They're just really well priced. So that was my Advent finished. Where did I go from there? So in 2022, I wanted to improve my current skills, especially my knitting skills, which I feel I have done a bit. I did late in the year, only about a month or so ago, signed up to Stephen West's brioche workshop. I'm up to 2-color brioche, and that seems to have stumped me for a bit, but practice makes perfect. And other things. I learned to do the I-cord cast on and cast off. I've never done that before. So I did achieve that. Crochet wise, I improved my amigurumi skills, which I am really proud of. I really enjoyed doing amigurumi and will be doing a lot more of it in 2023. So here goes. We all show the beautiful things we make that are perfect, and I have done this in the past. I have shown a massive failure because it was a tea cozy, the last one, and I should have known better. I fudged this thing to make it work, and when I finished, I realized what I had done wrong. I made Nemo, the fish, and because I was sewing and wasn't really thinking about what I was doing, I had Nemo swimming with his backwards. His stripes were going the wrong way, and that's why I fudged it, and it was a massive fail for me as far as a tea cozy goes. Who makes a lot of them? Well, this year, testing my limits and trying new skills, I'd make a wearable, and I say to you, I won't share whips because in case they don't work. Well, I made a wearable, and boy, is it a massive fail. Just let me get it. It's off camera. First of all, I don't feel too bad because I bought the pure wool cheap. They were throwing out this colour, and I figured my first wearable, I'd just use this. And it was pink. I don't mind pink. And that's where I learnt about dye lots, because there was 2 different dye lots. And when this is in the right light, you can actually see the jag in the dye lots. I don't know if you can in this. Can you see that's darker to this bit down here? And I showed this whip. This is the Rocket Tea. Now, I always say I'm a fluffy girl, and this is where I pay attention to detail when reading stuff at work, but I didn't with the pattern. So I measured myself, and I thought, well, positive ease, I'll go up a size. And I did finish it on principle. I ran out of the yarn, the bright pink. I had some pale pink that cost me a bit more. I thought maybe I'd lost some on holiday, but no. Here is my massive crafting knitting fail for 2022. Ta-da! That is my Rocket Tea. It is huge and short. So it's short because I couldn't be bothered anymore. What happened was I measured myself and went up a size because I think I'm fluffy. What I didn't do was read the pattern properly and read that it had 6 inches positive ease, which meant I probably should have gone down a size, because now I have 12 inches of positive ease. There'll be photos at the end of me wearing it. As Reeb said, when it's cooler months, you can wear it around the house. Or I have a friend who's quite short and chunky who really likes it and says, I don't often get things to fit me, and she wants it. But to me, it is a massive fail. Ta-da, my Rocket Tea. This was a pattern that Thing bought for me last Christmas that I really wanted. It's made in the Peyton's Merino Baby 4-ply pink colour. And yes, the dye lot does jag. You can see it there. So yes, if I'm buying pure wool that's expensive, I want the same dye lot. And yes, my fail. Guys, do you ever have a fail and don't show anybody or don't share it on your channel? To other podcasters and content creators, I challenge you to show your biggest fail on camera and tell us what you did wrong to make it fail. For me, I didn't read the pattern properly and I didn't check dye lots. I will make the Rocket Tea again. It's just going to take me a while to get over the shock of it. And I knew when I got to, I don't know, the 3rd attempt to about here, the arms, it was going to be too big. But I thought, nope, I'm just going to stick at it. It's a learning experience. My 2022 fail, the Rocket Tea. And it has nothing to do with the pattern or designer. Purely the person who's making it and the tools she used and the tools she didn't use are eyes. Ta-da! My 2022 fail. What's yours? So, during the year, I often get asked questions that I either feel I don't need to answer, I'm not obligated to answer as a podcaster, and some things are a little personal. As far as appearance, my size, the way I talk, that's all personal. And yes, you can email me, but whether I reply to you or take on board what you say is entirely up to me. I am who I am. But there are a few questions I've probably answered before that I'm going to answer for whatever reason, to put them to rest in 2022 and hope they don't get asked again in 2023. Why do I refer to my husband and son with nicknames? Well, mainly because both of them do not want their names mentioned on YouTube. First of all, my husband's a very shy person. Yes, he has a few social media outlets with chosen friends, and he'd prefer if I didn't use his name. And Thing was always a nickname because my sister said he's your helping hands, like Thing on the Addams Family. Reeves, he got the nickname in university when he was down there, and he's very much the same. Even though he's in his 30s, he doesn't do social media, very limited. He keeps in touch with his friends in other ways. He's not a fan of social media. One, because he feels a lot of it's false, a lot of it creates bullying, and yeah, his personal opinion is he doesn't want his name or even his photo on YouTube or on my Facebook page. So yes, they have nicknames. My son in London has a nickname called Ronsky, which was given to him by my brother-in-law when he was very little. And he doesn't do social media because he's a teacher. And as he said, he has to be very careful as a teacher as to what he puts out on social media. They do have Facebook page, but there's like an occasional photo. My son in London, if he's been somewhere special, like he went to Winter Wonderland in London and put a photo up. He had Christmas dinner with friends, and he put a photo up of the table, how beautiful it was set, and things like that. But he's very careful because he's a teacher, and he always says we need to lead by example to our students. And yeah, so that's why they are referred to by nicknames. And it's not because I'm being offensive. It's their choice. I'll be glad. People who I communicate with by email, who've been with me for a while, I refer to them by their real names. They don't mind that. And yes, those people keep their real names private for me. And I don't even have to ask that. They just do. Question 2. Why don't you join my channel? This is from podcasters. Membership, or what do they call the other one? Patreon. You haven't joined my channel. Why not? Well, I follow a lot of podcasters who have membership, Patreon, all that. I have never done that. I'm not saying I won't. I've never done Patreon for anything. And at the moment, I think if I did one, I'd feel guilty about someone else who I don't do. And it can be quite a drain on my yarn budget. So no, I haven't done it. If I was to start doing it, I would probably pick someone who I find to be a lot of fun, and I would get value for my Patreon or membership, because I'm retired. I'm not retired at the moment, and I don't feel that I need to do that. So if you are offended that I don't do that, I'm not going to apologize. It is my choice. Thing does do a Patreon for a group of people who sail around the world and live on a boat, and it's something he's interested in. They're young people, and he supports them because of their environmental social conscience and what they think of the oceans and all that, and he enjoys that. And I have watched one or two with him, but he's the only one in our family who does Patreon, and that's because he wants to support what they're doing. That's it. It's not because I don't like your channel or what you do. It's just a principle at the moment, and it's something I probably might consider when I retire. Okay. Podcasters and content creators, why don't you come into my lives anymore? People do live streaming. I've never done it. I might do it in 2023. I don't know. The reason I haven't done it is there are so many that do it, and so many that say that's my time slot. And being in Australia, the time difference is difficult to do a live stream. But that doesn't mean I won't ever do it. Why don't I go into all the ones I used to? Because I used to go into a lot during my lunch hour. Earlier this year, I went into one, and it was nasty. There was name calling. There was things said by the content creator that were inappropriate. And I thought, wow. And I got out of that one. And the very next day, I went into a different one, and it was similar again. And I don't go into live streams to hear that. I go in to hear about crafting, maybe life updates, a bit of joking. Having said that, in December I did lurk in a live stream because I know hers aren't like that, and that is Crystal from Bag O' Day. I listened in on one of her live streams. Normally I will say I'm there. The reason I remember that one is because Madonna Ballard was in that, and someone asked Crystal if she would make a polar bear hat, and Madonna's Ballard put the comment, do polar bears wear hats? And we have polar bears as our favorite animal in common, and it did make me laugh. But I know Crystal's aren't like that. So that was one. The other one I went into is because she'd been live streaming once a week for Vlogmas, and I love her channel and enjoy seeing what she makes. And on Christmas Eve I wasn't working, and I was up late, and I managed to catch her live stream, and that is Mouses Makes Amanda Jane Davies. I loved it. Her live stream was like a friendly chat, like we were all in a room crocheting, knitting, having coffee, chatting and showing each other our stuff. And that's the reason I will go into a live stream that's like that. I'm not saying in 2023 I won't do live streams, but I'm being very choosy. I don't want to go in and feel like I'm back in the schoolyard where everybody's being nasty to each other. Moving right along. Why do you persist with your channel when you don't get many views and it's not growing? I don't know. I enjoy it. I have a loyal following that I appreciate. I've made some really good friends, and that's all it is for me. I'm going to persist. If it was about making it grow and getting views and becoming monetized, then maybe I'd rethink it, but it never was for me. So there's some of the questions I've never really answered fully. I hope you appreciate the answers, and don't ask them in 2023 because I won't be doing another one replying to them. So one of my experiences during 2022, and it's happened before in other years, but towards the end of the year, I really started to notice it. So here goes. Answer in the comments below. Are you a yarn snob? Are you a craft snob? First of all, the yarn snob. I was buying some yarn, and it was said to me, oh, you must be a crocheter, by the sales attendant, and that's not the first time. And I said, oh, why? Because a knitter would never buy that yarn. It's just not very nice yarn. I watched a Vlogmas where I realized the person was a bit of a yarn snob, that it was only wool. We don't use acrylic. Hey, wool can be expensive and not everybody can afford it. And a lot of people are allergic to it. So acrylic it is. So, are you a yarn snob? Be honest. If you are, that's fine. It's your choice. Are you a craft snob? So, this is another thing I was watching, and it came to me that this is a knitter who really looks down on crocheters. Why? Someone explained to me why a knitter looks down on crocheters, because I've had that happen before. I've been along to a group thing crocheting, and I've had the knitters go, oh, you crochet? Well, I actually knit as well, and I sew rarely, but yes. Are you a craft snob? They are my questions to you in 2022. Just curious. Or have you experienced a yarn snob or a craft snob? And what is your opinion? Because to me, I don't care. If I like the yarn and it's acrylic and it suits my purpose, job done. I'm going to use it. And if I want to crochet a project because I like it, job done. I love it. So yes, there were my experiences through 2022 that were a little negative. But on the positive, I discovered a lot of new channels, especially in the UK, and some knit and some crochet and some crochet and knit and some sew. And it was awesome. And the Vlogmas, I discovered 2 young people who I really enjoyed their Vlogmas. They have separate channels, and I'm going to give them a shout out. They have grown rapidly fast past me, and that's because they are lovely people. And I want to encourage anyone to knit or crochet and keep the craft going. So here's my, what would you call, fiber art promotion shout out. First of all, it is to Jen at Chonky Stitches. She crochets and she is so sweet and does some amazing things, and I really enjoyed her Vlogmas. The second one is Slip Slip Ginge. Now, he's a knitter and he is Jen's partner, and he knits the most amazing colour work of other people I've seen. And he's just so down to earth and interesting, and I really enjoyed their Vlogmas, along with Alex at My Yarny Corner, because I don't know, there's just something about her when she does a vlog every day I enjoy. I did catch up with Madonna and a few other Vlogmas, but there were so many. I'm sorry if I didn't leave a comment on yours. But if you haven't checked out Jen from Chonky Stitches and Jack from Slip Slip Ginge, you should, especially if you're into their sort of crafting, and they're just lovely. I really enjoyed them. That's about it. It's a long video for me. Oh my God, I think I've gone to like 40 minutes, but it is the last one for the year, and I wanted to come on and go through a few things. I haven't done much during the break. I have worked on, and it's here. Ta-da. This was Reeves, well, there's Reeves's blanket that I've been doing out of all the navy and grey and blue scraps out of my stash. And I've done a bit of that because I did lose my mojo. But hopefully it'll be back in 2023 when I kick off my make-along Yarn Vacation AU. I can't wait. Until next time, stay safe, stay well. I hope 2023 brings you joy, happiness, prosperity, good health to you and all your family. Bye for now. Sunday morning. there goes Saxon, my dog. He's feeling a little antsy. He wants to be close. It's raining and windy and thundering outside, so the noises are spooking him a bit. But I'm about to have some coffee. I've been up for a while. I'm doing a bit of crafting. That little orange teapot in the back, that's a tea cozy I've almost finished. It's sitting back there while I work out whether I will decorate the top or just leave it as it is. I'm going to have Australian coffee called Queensland Blue, which is grown on the tablelands. I'm having it in the little French press coffee maker. And I'm going to continue on watching more Vlogmas. I'm currently watching Abby from Blue Heart Crochet. Make sure you check out her channel. She's really sweet. And I'm going to continue on with my Advent project. Ta-da! Yes, I'm up to some difficult lace row patterns for me. And while it's nice and quiet and everyone's asleep, I might do a couple of rows of that. So, bye for now.